Good morning, everyone. All right, just kind of getting that stuff set up here. All right, first thing we'll do is just see what kind of news we have today. I think it's a no news Monday, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's a no news today. All right, let's see if we have any kind of order blocks or anything today that's kind of in the way. We got a nice, really big, like, buyer's order block down at the, 996 to like 650 area. So that definitely could be nice target area. But I bet you the higher fair value gaps on the larger time frame is insane today because of that big sell off that we had. Let's go over to the hourly chart here. Yeah. So right now, if you kind of go back and look at that Friday's price action that we had the big sell off, so this is 50% of the pullback. So we do have it basically gapped up when we opened. So looks like the gap is way back down at the 494. I don't think we fill in that gap today. I mean, that would be a pretty insane gap fill in. Let me pull it in over here. That way you can kind of get a better idea where the gap fill in. Yeah, so most of the time on Mondays we get a gap fill in if it's, but I just don't know. If, I mean, you're talking about a 400 point sell off today. I just feel like the price action is probably going to be crappy today. The only reason why I say that, because anytime you get anywhere between a 200 plus move overnight, the New York session sucks. So if you kind of follow that trend where you have Asia consolidation, the London manipulation, and then the bigger move in the New York. And this is why I feel like it's kind of backwards at the moment. We just have to wait and see. It's just one of those things that usually happens whenever we have big movement overnight. So the big blue line at the bottom here, that's going to be your gap fill in, just for Pete's sakes. Don't think we get it, but hey, who knows? Then we're not going to mark out the move, but this is the big fair value gap pretty much all the way back up there at 25,280. I mean, man, what is that? Another 600 point move up? I mean, who kind of knows what we're going to be doing today, guys? So, all right, let me shut this one off. So we got about 3 minutes or so before the market opens. Like I said, we're not going to be in a big hurry today. I'll be okay with the no trade day today, as you don't want to get wrecked on Monday. See what we have going on with some of this stuff. Yeah. I bet you the kill zones are insane at the moment. Two minutes for the market's open, guys. 2 minutes. Let's see. I think for longs, you need to get below the... for the shorts, you need to get back below 765. Then for longs, kind of back above the 60s and 70s here. Or even, yeah, back above the 60s, I think is for a good idea for a long. If you kind of pull your line across, it looks like there's a lot of support between those 60s and 70s. All right, guys, less than 1 minute. Like I said, consider the big move overnight, guys. We also have an order block sitting at 800 here, so it could be a nice bounce off of this 800. That was an order block we just hit. So if you play with the order block, 798 is an order block. It is a holiday today, guys. I totally forgot. It's a bank holiday too. It's a Columbia Day, I think. So it's a federal holiday. Got a nice little 5-minute trend line building here. Hopefully everyone had a good weekend. So this is kind of what we were saying about the big move overnight, how we could open flat and we just don't have that volume we need to move. So like I said, I'll definitely be interested in a short if we can break back below the 760s. All right, back into the order block. Now, if this can hit this 90 and bounce back up and retest that 10, then lose the 90 again, definitely a nice area for a possible short here. We got almost equivalently equal lows on 734 too. About to have it. All right, let's see if we can get a few points out of this on this short here. We'll shoot for the 755, I think. Usually we get a bounce here at the 50s. Nice clean trade. Like I said, oh, damn it, don't miss this by those points. Now, man, I almost want to shoot for lower here if we can lose that 60s and maybe even aim. If you have another runner, I don't, but I would aim for the 34s. Nice, quick, easy trade, guys. Nice, easy, and quick. Like I said, we hit that order block once already. Let me pull over the order block so you can kind of see what I'm seeing off these order blocks. So we had two things going here. We had this nice 5-minute trend line here. So, and we had the old classic that y'all hear me talk about a lot. So basically, we pushed through, hit the 90, push back up, hit the 10. Then once we started losing that 90 again is when I got short. Even though we did leave quite a bit on the table, and we also had these almost equally low wicks down here at 34. So there was a lot of good stuff going on with this trade to enter on this. And we don't have the crazy volume. You can see it. We don't have like insane volume at the moment. Like it's moving, but it's not moving to the fact that you can't get it. I almost want to take another 2 micro trade here on the 800s. Let's see if there's something over here that can kind of give some kind of support at the 700s here. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at all these wicks here. Oh, let me move it over so you can see it. Good morning, Outer. Good morning. So I may try to take a bounce with 2 micros off of the 700 level. We got a lot of wicks in this area. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a lot. So, but we'll see what happens at this 30 because we did bounce off of that on these double wicks down there. We done bounced off it twice this morning. All right, let me pull over my other chart real quick, my trading view chart. All right, here's the 5 minute order block that we were talking about that was failing. So we've already hit it once this morning. So anybody knows that the second push on order blocks are usually not as strong. So hit it once, back through it basically when it fell once we lost that. This is why I was really considering getting short below 60 once we broke the order block completely. And it actually did it perfect. Look, we just barely just dipped below it, pushed back up, did a little retest and sold down. So you could have did it that way too if you like to play those order blocks. Now, if this was the first hit on the order block, we definitely wouldn't be looking for it short. But since it was the second hit, 5 minute trend, equivalently almost equal lows sitting down there, two big wicks at the 30s. And as you can see, we just barely run those wicks by about less than 10 points. So, what's up, Ponzi? I don't know if it's going to be Black Monday today. I think that was Friday. We could continue selling off. We do have that big gap fill in from Friday. I mean, it'd be pretty insane to sell down 400 and something points, but hey, anything's possible. Oh, I was like, where's my. I was looking for my chart. All right, so my next trade that we're going to take if we hit is going to be the 700 bounce, guys. We got a 5 minute order block sitting there at 697 is the top of it. But we're going to be taking our long off the 700s. And so I'm hoping, if anything, it doesn't pull any farther back down into like the 70s or 80s here. If we can just pick up 10 points, that'd be the, I guess, ideal here. Just pick up 10 points and maybe a little runner, 20 points or something like that. Yeah, I'm just trading breakouts and levels at the moment, Outer. That first trade that we took, that was a eval trade with 2 micros. I think we got like 85 bucks off 2 micros on that trade. So it was a good trade of 30 points. This is more like maybe a retest of 82. If we hit 82 and just bounce right there, is a big downward wick sitting at 82. Yeah, I like the the move down also today, outer. But right now with this trade here, I'm just looking for 10 points. My guess right here is 82. This is probably going to hit the 82 right here. We got to take out the bottom of these wicks. Wow, we blew right through those wicks. Ooh. Oh well, I'm gonna take this trade off. We're already 100 points away. Ain't no use. All right, let's see if we hit the 10, pull back, retest the 90. I don't do this type of, if I take this type of trade, it's usually not an eval trade. This is more or less like, not, I mean, funded trades. I don't take, you know, if we do try to jump in this, it won't be a funded trade. What do we got? 1 minute left before this next 5-minute candle. Oh, goodness. Oh, it needs to be back above the 890s for you. Did we fill in that big gap here? Let's see. Look at that. Look at that thing just do some folks dirty. Oh, that's dirty there, man. That is so dirty. Oh, look at there. Everybody thought that shit was getting long back above 800, and that thing just popped back down like 40 points. Yeah, if you're going in today, man, keep your things low. Probably just a few micros. And have a stop loss. Have you a stop loss? Yeah, I know. So we just cleared up this gap that we just left. So maybe that was the gap filling before we fill in this next gap up at the 60s. How much time we got left? 3 minutes. I've been doing YouTube shorts, John. Well, just messing with them a little bit. All right, do we push this gap here? Filled in this gap, pretty much just pulled all the way back to fill in this gap here. I feel like we got a gap fill in at 60 here. Eval only here, guys. Eval only. No funded. Today's I'm not sure about funded trades just because it's pretty shaky today. Now we could hit the 25s here and pull all the way back down to the 800. If so, we may add. We'll see what happens. Now today's probably pretty risky, kind of like Outer was saying. The market is very iffy right now. Like I probably wouldn't recommend trading funded in this until we know the market is going to be settled down or acting normal. Right now we're just not getting normal price action. This is just a kind of a I think trade. Looking for that gap filling up at that 60 there. Boy, like a glove, guys. Look at there. Ooh, come on. We're able to add one more contract to that. We're going to still try to see if we can hold. We're only going to risk $20, so we're not risking too much of our profit. We're looking for that 60 push. Oh, look at that filling in that gap quick. Oh, don't let me miss it by like a few points. I'm going to take profit a little bit so we don't get railroaded at the 50. Oh, it's right there. 60 fill in the gap. No, it just touched me. That's dirty. That just did me dirty. I was right above it. Oh, shoot. I had it in the wrong place. Dang it. I was trying to get that gap fill, and I had it just right above it, guys. Son of a bee. I think it's going to get it. Come on. One more little push. All right. We got it. Woof. That's some eval fun there, guys. So be careful if you're in a long still, because we do have a order block also sitting here. What I was looking at, Outer, is I got long at 27 here. So I was looking when we broke this little 5-minute trend line. And so we also, the only thing that threw me off a little bit was this candle here. Whenever we pulled back freaking 40, 50 points, I was expecting a little pullback to the 90s, but man, that thing went real deep. So I was a little iffy on that one. But once we broke back above the whole number, I liked it a little better. Now, this isn't a funded trade. These are just eval trades at the moment. All right, here's the order block. Like I said, you do have some order blocks sitting here. Let me make sure. So you do have which it's already been tested once. So it may go and sell through. You got a big wick through that order block all the way up at 90. I wish I almost didn't see that earlier. If I saw that, I wish I had another runner to push up to the 90s there. So more than likely, that's probably where we're going, is maybe this next candle will have a little pullback, maybe to retest the 50. So a lot of times you'll hit the 70s here, 75s. Then pull back to the 50s, then it'll go. Now we're just kind of sitting on the sideline. Don't really have no like prospects as far as trades. I feel like we took the two trades we were looking for earlier, but right now, and that's only because we were in a wedge. Look, 5-minute trend line broke out of the wedge. We got short here. This was the first trade we took. We did leave about 20 points on the board because we took our profit at 55. So we got about 85 bucks off that trade. This one here, like I said, another little 5-minute trend line break just above the whole number at the retest in the whole number. Had a nice gap fill in here. So that's what was our target, was the gap fill in for this big gap over here from earlier. And we also broke above this gap after making a low. So that's kind of like a close, I'm not sure, it's probably not a setup fair value gap inversion play, but it is a failed inversion here. So you wouldn't have got long on this candle. I did get long earlier, so you would have been long on this candle here if you were playing the failed inversion gaps. I think we just broke the 15-minute range here too. Let's see if we can find it here. So this is also the top of your opening 15-minute candle from 8 to 8:15. All right, so far we're up 114 and 84. Those were the two trades that we had took so far this morning. So now we're just going to kind of just chill on the sideline and wait and see if we can find something else. Oh yeah, no doubt. I definitely believe that, Outer. It can be an easily day to blow up your account if you get caught in the wrong direction, if you're over leveraged. We were only risking $60 per, well, that one trade I was in a little bit more. We're probably in 120 because we're about 20 points of drawdown. Because I was anticipating that possible 800 retest, but didn't quite get there. Now, we could possibly look for a nice little long here because we got the session high up at 945. So we got those highs sitting up there. So that gives us about 40 points to look for. I might switch over to my Buley accounts real quick here. So my chart's going to freeze for a moment, guys. Give me a minute. So anyways, if we can get above this 15-minute range here and kind of do like a little retest of it and it holds. Sounds good, Outer. Did you take any trades this morning? You said you were still sitting on the sidelines, right? Here comes that 15-minute break at 87. Like I said, if you get above that and retest that. Oh, no trades today. Like I said, we're probably going to stay away from our funded trades today and just concentrate on probably not Apex, but on evals today. So we got less than 1 minute here before this 5-minute prints above this 15-minute. Oh, dang it. All right, let's see if we get some kind of retest here at the 10. See if it pulls back. I want to see it pull back off that 10. There's the pullback. It hit the 10 or hit the 9. And we may have to add to because I got long right there before we really got the pullback we were looking for. I may even go to break even fairly quick on this one case because we didn't get the pullback to the 90 that I like. Nope. I'm going to be targeting those 45s up there. Okay, good deal. Still struggling. May not get this one, guys. Looks like it's struggling to get a little bit to get above those 900s. Might have to have a pullback to like the 975s here. And I may even close this back below 90 here. 90 will be like my line in the sand. I'm just going to close it automatically. I don't have my stop loss where it needs to be. This way I can just close it if I don't like the way it looks. Still retesting the 90s. We'll give it a little bit more. All right, closing it. All right, let's see if we get the 50% pullback on this. So pull back to maybe just 75, kind of what I was saying earlier. So you want to see 75 hold up here. So we hit that 50 on the dot there. So that was a nice trade off the 50%. So let's see if we can move up here. I want to see it get back above the 90s here. All right, long back above 90. Dude, that didn't, come on. That didn't fill me. Looking to target those 45s up there. Oh, shoot. Sorry. I trade off two different charts. We're going to target the highs up there. So we got the exact 50% pullback. That's what, just pull Fibonacci of your previous 5-minute candle. A lot of times if this area holds and we move back up, more likely we're moving back up. And so once we broke back above that 90 is where we got long at. Man, it could come back and stop us out again. We just risk a few of these points. Not many, like 3. Because it keeps hitting that freaking 810. And a lot of times we can pull. Man. Oh, come on, 90. Hold up, baby. I don't like the second push. The second push should get it, might get us if he keeps pushing down. There was another bounce off of that 90 range. If I get above this 2010 again, we're going to probably at least take 10 points out of this. Or 9,000. Oh, shoot. Looks like it's going to get us. Yeah, damn it. So we did not run the session highs like we were hoping for. What a bummer. Come on. Sorry, I was looking for my other chart here. We may try to jump in for one more micro up here and see if we can take it up there to the 45. Just one micro though. One contract, that's it. All right. If we get tagged in, just one micro, we're going to try to sell up at the 40s here at the session highs. What have we got? 1 minute left before the whatchamacallit, 5-minute, new 5-minute candle. All right, this is just one micro, guys. This is all this is just see if we can take it up to the highs. Was that 35 points times $2? So about a $70 trade if we can get up there. So we got our 15 minutes here. Do we pull? We could easily pull all the way back down to the 740s too, because that's where our EMAs are at. So come on. Well, where's the top of mine? 15 minutes there at the 90. Losing 90 is not a really good sign, guys. We need 90 really to hold up here. The only thing that worries me about this trade is how far our EMAs are away, because, you know, your moving averages are all the way back down to the 40s. Above 20, I'll go to break even. Actually, it's kind of iffy even going to break even at 20, because a lot of times we can hit that 25 and pull back. It just wants us, don't it? Nope, that's going to get us. All right, so that's going to put us $20 in the red. Between the first loss, the winner, we got up a little bit. Now we're at $20 in the red. Kind of want to see 68 hold up here at 68.70. There's the retest of that 68. Well, am I looking at that wrong? Let's see. 70. No, it looks like we hit about 71. Didn't quite get down there. Man. What do we got? We're about to have a new 5-minute candle here. I'd like to see us blast back through those 800s again, or 900s. Break the 90s again here. Boom. Real quick, like back above the 90s. Oh, come on. Get on up there. Damn it. Made quick 10 points, but man, did not get the runner there, guys. We may try to jump back in with 2 micros again here. Oh, anytime I try to do a little runner contract, I get stopped out. All right, no more trying that long. We made back our profit, so we're now in the green, 89. on that the previous trade when we went in a little heavy on that blast through, but then we got stuck again above 900s. Any other time of in this trade would be trying to blast up there to the 40s to try to take out those session highs. Make sure I got this select on the 2 micros things. So let's see where that 15-minute here is. Let's see. Kind of have like a little 15-minute retest here. I'm trying to figure out where exactly, because my chart's a little different, so I'm trying to figure out. So 20. So it looks like possible that 20 area. Looks like it's the 20 area is the top of that 15 minutes. All right, pull the fib on this whole move. See where we could go. Oh, look at there. The 20. Look at there. So 20 holds, we can go back to looking for longs again, guys. Maybe this area right here. I mean, it'd be insane for us to fill in that gap, but heck, anything's possible. All right, we just hit the 50%. This is the, wow, we just blasted through, guys. Didn't even, Let's see if it hits the 90 here. Pulls back. There's the 90 touch. Let's see if it hits the 10 area. Then maybe look for a short below. There's the 10. We're going. That either area needs to hold or it's going to push back through. Ooh. We got a gap fill in sitting at 80 here. Also at 75. So here could go to the 25, then push back. That's a pretty insane 5-minute candle there. Wow. That's insane. This is just 2 micros here too, guys. Take some risks off in case it doesn't push. Next 5-minute candle pushed pretty hard. Let's see here. Let me try to. May not get nothing on this runner here. We try to see. I think we're going to target the 55s. We lose that 800s, we should dip pretty good. We just bounced right back off the 800 again. I don't know if I want to just lock in 10 points just in case it rips all the way back up. I think I will, because that was a pretty hard rip off of that 800. You can always re-enter on a micro, and that's probably what we'll do if we get a decent enough pullback. I just don't want to leave with 0. All right. We'll wait and see what happens with this 800 number here. Because right now we're just holding that 900 or 800. Because we can always target these lows all the way down at 720 with the 2 micros or something. So right now we're just kind of flat. This 24,800 is pretty tough right now. So I think if we can lose those 800s, we can possibly target those lows down at the 720s. But we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5-minute candles, and this may be our first inside bar too right here also. So what is that sitting at? About 40. So we're going to take this inside bar on our eval here if we get the pop. I think I like the downward better than I do the upward, but just because the EMAs are smashed together, I like the shorts better. Now, this is the 5-minute inside bar, guys. So this thing had a rough week last week. Stop loss needs to be way back down there, but there's no way I'm playing a 40-point stop loss. So we'll just take our 2 micros, 20-point stop loss if we have to. This is why I said I actually like the shorts better than I did the longs, just because I know we were running into those moving averages. We hit that first target. I'm just going to go to stop break even. All right, first target hit. All right, 5 minutes, probably a little banger today, guys. I almost got 20 points out of that. It's probably going to be my last trade of the morning, the day. about to have a new 5-minute candle too. What we got to consider here is the possible 50% pullback with this 5-minute candle. So all right, we're going to at least take some points out of this, 20 points at least. We got long at the 40, guys. Long at the 40s, above the 5-minute, above that 5-minute opening inside bar there at 9:30. Like I said, this will be my last trade of the day. We're going to be targeting the session highs up at the 40s. Still got 2 minutes left. Excuse me. All right, we got less than 1 minute for our next 5-minute candle here. We'll see what happens with this whole number. Here's a new 5-minute candle. I'm hoping this thing creates a wick here. And that's where we'll take our stop loss to. I was trying to protect one of these wicks. That's all good. Oh well. We were trying to work that out where we got maybe like a 100-point banger, but it didn't happen. We probably would have. You probably think you would have had to follow your 5-minute candles up. So now if this thing doesn't come back down here, this is where I. Oh well, good stop out is if this breaks back. Okay, yeah, good stop out then. Never mind, that thing came all the way back, so that was a good stop out. I'm glad I took profit up there then. I'm glad it stopped me out. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching this morning. So we're up $200 today on that Buley account. So good luck the rest of the day. If you guys are continued trading, just be careful. Like we got some, at least we're getting movement though. So, I mean, the volume has been pretty good as far as the movement. It's just the swings back and forth have been pretty insane today. Everyone have a good evening.